I didn't start looking at it earlier because I never really thought that owning a condo at 30 was a possible thing. And because there was always the mindset, I never really got involved in this whole space. It's only after I sat down and do some calculations right by myself that I realized that actually it's a possible thing. Then I start looking at.
Hi everybody! So these days, owning your own place before you turn 30 is something that a lot of young people are looking forward to. And we're not actually talking about owning a BTO before you turn 30. Today we're actually talking about how to own a private condo before you turn 30, because that is really quite a big deal that a lot of people are working towards these days. So today I have with me two friends who have done precisely that, and they're here today to share with us their experiences.
Yeah, hi everyone, I'm Scott. So I'm a product manager at an e-commerce company. I would say that I didn't come from a rich or poor family. I came from a more of a middle income family.
Do you live in a landed?
No, I live in a 4-bedroom flat, and we have never moved house. I lived there since I was born. Yeah.
So what about you, JJ?
Right, I'm 30 years old this year, and I'm a software engineer. I would say that I'm in an average family right now, but I don't grow up in a well-to-do family. I used to be on financial assistance when I was young.
Okay. So yours is a new launch condo?
Yeah, it's a new launch.
That's a new launch condo. You got it just before I turned 29.
Yeah.
And you got yours?
Just before I turned 30.
Wow, okay. So seems like a lot of people are working towards some kind of goals there. Getting your own place right before they turn a certain age. How did you get started on this journey towards home ownership? Some people may feel like, I'm still young, I don't need to look for a home, I'm comfortable where I'm at. How was it like for you?
Growing up, I lived with my brother, and then because there was only 3 bedrooms, I've only managed to experience some kind of independence or freedom when I go to NS, and then after that uni, right? When hanging with my friends all day and night. Independence where you have to do your own laundry, you have to clean the room yourself, you're able to manage how you live entirely lah. Yeah, but I didn't really plan out when in future that was.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just a thought that one day I will buy my own place, and that started the seed in my head.
I did feel like there was this privacy issue when I was staying with my family. But I never thought that it was necessary for us to move out when I just started working. I never really see why we should be putting down so much money on living space just to get your own privacy. Like, is privacy really that important? When I was speaking to a friend, he was in his mid-40s, and he told me that 25 years old to your 35 years old period, that might just be the peak of your life. Peak meaning that it's when you're the healthiest, and it's also when you have the financial capability. Anything younger, you don't have the financial capability. Anything older, you might start to realize that your health cannot catch up anymore. So if there's any experience that you want to get in your life, right, this is the point in time. And if you do feel like there's a need for you to experience this, purchasing your house in this period of time, go for it. And upon hearing that, I was thinking, that was always what I wanted to do, but I never wanted to put down the money for that. I should turn it around, go for what I actually want to do. So I decided to go on find a property for myself.
Like, how was that journey like for you when you're looking out to buy a property? Do you feel like, oh wow, there's quite a lot of things I don't know, OTP lah, progressive payment schemes, so stuff like that. So generally, was it easy to navigate the entire buyer's journey?
I think nowadays when you want to start this, right, you go to platforms like Property Guru or what, and most of the time the first people you reach out to is an agent, and then I think most agents, they'll be able to guide you through these processes fairly easily lah. And after you hear of it a few times, right, it's just a repetitive process. They all say the same thing, right? And then you know what are the steps already. I first started looking out when I was in 2018 lah. That was like 2 years into my work. And then back then I had a bit of money, but I think it wasn't enough. I just want to gauge the market, what is the price range like, and what are the processes like. So just want to
get a sense.
Yeah, get a sense, get myself familiarized with this. And then I went to do some viewings. One of them was back then riverfront residences and also Park Colonial, to see what a condo is like, what a show flat is like, and then what are the different payment milestones. and whether I had enough and I was ready for this.
Okay, so property buying can be actually quite exciting, right? So a lot of people look forward to that journey, but can you share with us were there any difficulties or challenges when you were in that journey?
Initially, I thought the hardest decision was to settle on which project you want to buy.
Okay.
But after that, I found that it was even more difficult to select which unit you want to buy. Because within your price range, within your budget, there's quite a number of different units available, right? Some of it will be facing the pool, some of it is nearer to the gate. So then you have to calculate, do you want something near to the gate so you can walk to the bus stop or walk to the MRT easily, or do you want something to have a pool view where you can walk up and then look at the pool view? But pool view also come out with its disadvantage. I remember I took some time to decide on one, and then the next day when I told my agent I want this, she went to check for me and someone bought it already. Yeah, then I had to spend time to choose another one again, which is quite a lot of effort and
I feel like the most important difficulty that I've encountered during the 6 months was trying to find that unit that I really like. Because I was all along not very sure what I want, and even if I found something that fit all my bill, I couldn't see why I don't want to put money for it. The challenge was that I need to be confident in myself when I say no to certain things. There was this project I was looking at, there was a lot of transactions going on with those units. So it was the agent was kind of telling me that I had to quickly make a decision on that. So I felt like the market was kind of rushing me to kind of make a decision on the property, even though I'm not ready for it.
Okay. In your whole property buying journey, right, was there an episode or was there an incident that was most memorable?
No, I think it's the part where I go into the lawyer firm to put down the rest of the 4%.
Okay.
Like, because I'm going into some legal place.
Yes.
Like, it's a real thing. I'm buying a real property.
Okay.
That was when I feel very happy.
So you were excited about it?
Super excited about it.
What about you, Scott?
yeah, mine was also the same when I paid for the OTP. For mine, I had to pay 5%, right? Yeah, that was like easily the biggest sum I had to pay out of my bank account at that point in my life. Yeah, and you know, these days we don't have checkbooks.
Yes.
So then they told me to write a check. I was like, I don't even have a checkbook.
Yeah,
then
I had
like
the first time I go into a bank to ask for banker's check order.
the cashier order.
Cashier's order.
Yes,
I felt like a
correct.
super adult.
Yeah, like I had never done any such thing in my life before. Yeah. Yeah, so that was quite memorable lah. Paying such a big sum of money, 5 figures. Yeah.
Now that you've gone through this process of buying your own place before 30, which is once again a very incredible achievement, what is something that now that you know is an advice that you give to your younger self, or is it advice that you give to some other people who are also looking to do the same thing?
The earlier you have that intention and then you start looking into it, right? The earlier you know what's within your means and how you can work towards that X amount, which is your goal, before you can buy the property lah. So I think if you were to talk to someone who didn't think about this before, they will thought that every condo is at least $1 million. But actually there are condos that you can buy below $1 million. So you really need to start early so you can know what budget you have to set aside for this and how can you work towards your budget, right? So if you know that you need to earn more, then what are different side incomes that you can explore in order to get you there? You might even be able to afford it right now already, but you don't know because you never thought about it.
True,
yeah.
that's true.
So yeah, you really need to, the earlier you start, the better it is.
That's true.
And I think the best way is to start going for a few viewings. That is where actually the agent will start telling you about the entire process, the payment milestones, and actually how much you need and by when you need, that kind of thing. Then it sets everything in motion.
Talking to friends that have bought property before, understand how the process is like for them, why they wanted to do it in the first place, helps you more clearly think about why you want to do this, and if you actually do want to do this in the future, how things will be like for you in the different stages of phases.
So actually you're right, the information is out there, information is free. If you can talk to agents, that would be great as well, because eventually if you choose to buy with them, then it benefits them as well. If not, all this information is available online also. You can go and look that up, you can look at our website, you can look at our Instagram, or you can also take this chance to log on to our website and go and book yourself a free consultation with us to just get to know more. There's no harm in knowing more, right?